Yellow guys, so Down Under is back after a day's delay of upload because we had to, in short, basically prepare, set up, and then dismantle the entire Halloween party. And specifically, last Sunday, which would be yesterday as of recording this video, I had picked up a work shift, so therefore my Gordon video has been delayed by about a day, and I do apologize for that. But we are here with Big G, and as with the others, I will now take you through a bit more of a thorough thing as to how I've improved slightly. Biggest thing right here that you guys can probably see is I have replaced him very, very recently, as of now, with his golden bear face, because a lot of my buddies on Discord, WhatsApp, and everything, they've shown off their James's, andreastrains. His Henry will be finished soon. It is using a golden bear Henry face. Please check out his stuff. His stuff is absolutely amazing. But we were discussing when he showed me his Henry thing. He showed me his Henry face, and then I was thinking, I've got a Gordon. Maybe I should try that out. So it's currently held on with blue tack there, but that's a bit cursed. I filled it in a little bit with cardboard. It was around the actual full thing, but then I think it punched a little bit more inwards now, so I don't exactly think it fits the whole radius anymore. But I love this face. Now that it's sitting on there, I love this face more than the 2025 one. I just love when they have a rim of like smoke box around the face. It's a lot like what what's the name, Numpty Pootus 8012 said. But cosmetic work, the other biggest thing is his front footplate is a Trackmaster 2 Gordon, but it has been quote unquote reverted back because the front end is off of my very old AU of Richard, which is a Fandom OC character, where I cut off the buffers, replaced them with pins, and basically took all the stuff off that made it Gordon. So when I got this, basically what I had to do was revert it back into a Gordon, which I've added the frames, added new buffers. The new buffers are made of wood. The buffer beam has been extended down with wooden paddle pop stick, which does mean that his buffer beam is very big, especially compared to his brother, which I will need to actually maybe change Scotsman in the future, but I would have to maybe get a few new parts, like maybe a smaller face, redo the running board, and of course, the next thing I was going to talk about, the wheels. Now I have seen, again, a lot of my friends have added bogeys. Again, andreastrains, he has done the similar thing with the Gordon running board, but he's also added factually better bogey wheels than what is on this. He's also made 6-wheel tenders, which, come on, that's amazing. But basically, what I wanted these wheels to do is not only like look cosmetically good, but also like serve a function, as these won't be running on normal Trackmaster track, or at least not the ones they're intended for. So this back one is very similar to how I made my Ryan, which is the back half of a Trackmaster push-along chassis with a push-along wheel in there, and I filled in the area around here to be flat and flush, glued it down. Now, this one isn't actually fixed in place, which that is deliberate. It is so it can, in future, if I get like more hill pieces, for example, if I actually do end up getting Trackmaster 2 track back again, that this is for it to be a little bit more agile around curves and hills on sharper corners. And the front one is very, very, very cut down. It is from a Kenji, all in just go Kenji push along. I literally cut it to like as small as I could get it, and then basically squeezed it in between the fake cylinder piece and the front of the running board. And this one is actually fixed into place. both of these do spin, obviously. Um, and the other thing that I've done is the motor, which anyone who has seen my older videos when I started this channel, you would probably know that this faster motor was inside my Thomas over here, and I promised myself that when I found a Gordon, I would swap those over. Now, there wasn't really any real need to do this, but the motor is in here. But this is actually Thomas's chassis. You can tell because it's a little bit more worn around the side of the wheels, and Thomas is wearing Gordon's chassis where it's normal. But basically, yeah, there was no real need to like swap out the wheels since they're basically the same. Although in my own style, I have filled in the wheels, which I've said on record in the past is inspired by Trackmaster Productions 2016. He filled in his Trackmaster 2 wheels in his short, and as you can see, he goes very fast for this. But I do believe since it is a heavier body shell, it more so, I believe it slows it down immensely a little bit. Obviously, it hasn't picked up speed because it's on a desk, but yeah, these Trackmaster 3 body shells are a little bit more heavier, so I actually do think this motor improves its running overall, not just in terms of speed, but on the tracks as well. I do need to repaint his rear end. It has gotten very scratched. But also, this back coupler here also doubles as Gordon's actual coupler, so I don't need to swap them out to have the shorter and honestly superior, in this case, Trackmaster 2 couplers. They can just couple up to the push-along one, which we shall move on to the tender. Basically, this is not had as much modification, but the same as James, it has got the Trackmaster 2 chassis. Just get the coal out here. Has the Trackmaster 2 chassis because I like these. These look more like tender axle boxes than the reused Trackmaster, sorry, 2025 truck chassis. Filled in the wheels. Gordon's one overall looks better than Edwards because these are the actual ones that came on him with these spokes and not the All Engines Go ones that I reused. Step ladders, or at least my very cheap attempt at them with very clearly paddle pop sticks if you look up close. Painted this area black, cut off the buffers, and I've repainted this black. The back is probably where the most modification has happened, where obviously Gordon is unique in the sense that he doesn't have circle buffers. He has oval buffers or not circle, square buffers, depending on if you're looking at the books or the show. Personally, I am an oval buffers man, but as you guys can see, I've cut away the original ones and have done the same thing as my front end, where I have added the oval buffers to the back, which does look a little bit rough, but to be honest, I am just grateful that I've gotten this Gordon in the first place, because I originally found Gordon when I saw them all in Big W for the first time. So I saw like Thomas, Gordon, Scotsman, and James on their 3-pack form. On that day, I decided to get Scotsman, and I am very grateful in my past self to do that, because I went back the next day wanting to get Gordon, and I have not seen this guy or a Scotsman in person at the shops ever since, and I basically had to waddle over like a penguin over to me dad going, can you maybe order that for me offline? Which I'm more grateful that he has done that for me, because I am very sure that he has paid some sort of like $60 scalper price that he definitely should not have paid for. But at the same time, I was also getting kind of desperate, because I was basically searching for like 3 or 4 months straight just to find this. I wasn't even looking for like duck or anything, which I definitely would like a duck, although I don't think duck's going to be in my grasp unless I order him from the UK, which unfortunately I do not have the powers to... Oh, shoot. I unfortunately do not have the powers to do so. But really quickly, before we leave, on the on-side of faces, you may have this looks like a late Halloween thing, but I'm trying this out. Swapping out for now the CGI faces on my Thomas and my Percy with the Tommy Thomas and the Trackmaster Fisher Price Percy. Although I think I might need to go over them with another layer of grey because I think it's dried a little bit too dark. Not trying to get like piercing white, but I definitely want to get more of the motorized color with these guys, which I think obviously is very dark. So yeah, and also since it is November, it means that I can finally get to finishing my Ryan, my Stanley, and Samson, because a good friend of mine is providing faces, which means that obviously that's another step to completing these, which I will probably say Stanley is probably the most likely to get finished because he's the one I've painted up the most and also devoted the most time to before I had to kind of lock into real life things. And Salty is still sitting back there. I have started a little bit more on Bill and Ben. I'm actually trying to shorten their cabs down a little bit more to about not the exact height of a truck, but maybe just a little bit up here. Like maybe if you add like 2 or 3 planks up from this. So I really want them to be as good. But just another thing, along with IRL stuff, for me to wanting to complete the Ryan and Samson, my heart just has to actually be in the project. I don't want to rush this out just because, the people on YouTube want me to do it. I want to do it because I want to do it. And I want to give you guys an honest, good product. I don't want to rush through something that I know I can do better on. And if I rush through, then obviously that's just going to end up in a bad product. You can kind of already tell I had that mindset when I was sanding Ryan, and also lining him out as a test thing. I was very sloppy, so he might take a bit. Samson obviously is going to take a little bit, but you guys can probably expect Stanley in a few weeks. But as for that's the end of the video. Focusing on my Trackmaster 2025 Gordon. Sorry if I went on a bit of a ramble at the end, but I've been Soil Down Under, and thank you very much for 1,000 subscribers. I will see you guys soon.